Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Today is a lovely day and we've got one very interesting Aeon essay for you. Guys, I hope you are following this Aeon RC and Hindu reading comprehension sessions every single day. If you're not able to watch it live, then please do make sure that you're watching the recording and helping yourself prepare for VRC. Everybody keeps asking me RC कहाँ से करे अरे हर रोज एक RC तो मैं ही करा रही हूँ भाई, वहीं से कर लो. If nothing else, your life will be easier, faster, smarter and everything else also. So yeah, that's a bit about it. Remember to use AbhiCat Live to subscribe to Unacademy and to get a 10% off. Okay, so my Telegram channel, guys, my short link to my Telegram channel is AbhiCat. Please do make sure that you find this on Telegram and join me there in my channel. The name of the channel is VRC 99.99 Abhilasha and the short link is AbhiCat. ठीक है, AbhiCat मेरा referral code भी है, so सब कुछ एक ही है. Alright, some new batches. Some new batches, complete batch for CAT 22 April 9th को start हो रहा है. डिकोड VRC टेस्ट है 8 अप्रैल को, यानी आज है 4 से 4:15, 4:30 से 5 एनालिसिस होगा, तो कर सकते हो ये टेस्ट. मॉडरेट लेवल का टेस्ट होगा. ऑलराइट, हियर्स द सरप्राइज दैट्स बीन रिवील्ड गाइस. सरप्राइज खुल गया है. द बेस्ट स्टडी मटेरियल इज हियर. नोट्स फॉर कैट एंड अदर MBA एंट्रेंस टेस्ट, यानी कि स्टडी मटेरियल भी आ गया है अनअकैडमी का, हमारा कैट का. Curated under the mentorship of India's top educators, extensive syllabus coverage contains 15 comprehensive modules, 500 plus most frequently asked questions, chapter-wise practice questions, tips and strategies for cracking CAT. Subscribe now, guys. फटाफट subscribe करो Unacademy को और अपने notes ले लो. रिमेंबर अभी कैट लाइव तो अभी भी यूज कर सकते हो. यही सरप्राइज था जो 2 दिन से सब लोग पूछ रहे थे, मैम सरप्राइज रिवील करो, सरप्राइज रिवील करो. रिवील्ड. Here's your surprise, guys. So we finally got our notes at hand. Plus subscription for MBA aspirants is available now, guys, at a very lovely per month price. तो अगर आप 2 year का कोर्स लेते हैं तो आपको 1500 पड़ता है, प्लस इस पर 10% ऑफ भी मिलेगा अभी कैट लाइव यूज करने से. सिमिलरली अगर 1 year का कोर्स लेते हैं 2067 पर मंथ पड़ रहा है. अगेन लाइक आई सेड, जैसे ही तुम अभी कैट लाइव लगाओगे 10% ऑफ भी मिलेगा. तो ध्यान रहे, रेफरल कोड यही रहना चाहिए. ठीक है, कोर्स का ड्यूरेशन चाहे 6 महीने हो, 9 महीने हो, 12 महीने हो, 18 महीने हो, 24 महीने हो, कोड एक ही रहेगा. दैट्स अभिकैट लाइव. ऑल्सो गाइज हमारा आइकॉनिक सब्सक्रिप्शन भी अवेलेबल है. ध्यान रहे सबको, आइकॉनिक में यू गेट ऑल द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ प्लस. यू गेट 1-to-1 लाइव डाउट सॉल्विंग, 1-to-1 लाइव कॉन्सेप्ट डिस्कशन and 1-to-1 live mentorship by top B school grads also. All this you can do at a slot of your convenience, which you can book over the app within 7 days. So ये इससे अच्छा क्या ही हो सकता है. Again subscribe using AbhiCat Live. ठीक है, AbhiCat जिंदा है, यही हमारा रेफरल कोड है. Alright, and Unacademy Ask a Doubt, guys, is available on the website and the app as well. You know that you ask up to 3 doubts at a go. You can get solutions in your preferred language and you can request a review for your solution. Simply click, crop and submit your doubts, guys. So that's the way to go. Alright, let's get to know these words, everyone. आज थोड़े ज़्यादा से words हैं तो शुरू करते हैं. Well nigh means just about. Nigh means near about, so near. So well nigh means near about or just about. Protagonist of course means hero. Proto means one. Remember the root proto is a Greek root which means first or one. And therefore protagonist is the hero, right? Remember prototype is the first model of something. Anthology of course is a collection of short stories. तो छोटी stories का एक collection बनाओ, that's called an anthology. Envisioned of course means saw in his mind. When you envision something, you see a picture of something in your mind and that's called envision. Don't you envision a future where you will be sitting in an IIM next year, or you will have been selected in an IIM and you will be just waiting for your calls to happen or for your final admission letter to come. So you envision those things. Once you envision, that's when they become reality. Dearth of course means shortage, किसी चीज की कमी हो जाना, that's dearth. And segues of course means shifts or moves into another from one. So when you shift from one stage of life into another, you have segued into the next one. All right, undermining of course guys we know is weakening, एकदम कमजोर कर देना, अंदर से harm करना. तो subvert is also a very lovely synonym for this. Excerpts are portions or cuttings from something. So that void of course is empty. Doodle is to draw. Conscience of course is sense or consciousness of the moral goodness. It is that inner voice that tells you when something is right or wrong. And evocation is an act or fact of evoking. So something that reminds you of something, that's an evocation. All right, here's your article, nil by page. Very interesting. जैसे मैं इसको पढ़ी, नील पढ़ी, तुरंत नील बटा सन्नाटा याद आया. फिर सोची अरे यार वो तो शायद एक मूवी है. And then I was like, okay, let me read on, and I found this very interesting. So here we are. Lovely article, huh? The most famous blank pages in his literary history must be those in Lawrence Sterne's Tristram Shandy. Tristram Shandy, by the way, is one of the first novels. अगर आप हिस्ट्री ऑफ नॉवेल्स पढ़ेंगे तो ट्रिस्ट्रम शैंडी शायद शुरुआती नॉवेल्स में से होगी, राइट? सो दैट वाज रिटन इन 1759 to 67, particularly the one that invites readers to doodle their own portrait of the sultry widow Wadman. So if you look at literary history, okay, and you try to find out blank pages, the most famous ones would have to be the ones in Tristram Shandy, where the writers are invited to draw their own picture of their own mental image of the widow Wadman. Sit down, sir. Paint her to your own mind. मतलब अपने मन से जो पिक्चर बना सकते हो पेंट करो. As like your mistress as you can. Make it as similar to your mistress. As unlike your wife as your conscience will let you. So make her as unlike your wife as your heart will allow you. In Sterne's vivid imagination, the blank page was a place to let fantasy run riot. That means आप fantasy को आजाद छोड़ देते, जाओ जो मन करे बना लो. While undermining the author's own authority and highlighting fiction's lack of necessity. So it also kind of undermines or weakens the author's authority. He is not giving you a picture of the widow Wadman. He's saying you think of whatever you want to. Imagine the woman the way you want to. And it is highlighting fiction's some sort of a lack of necessity. That means it is not essential. In fact, blank books are said to have featured in Eastern legends for centuries. That means they've been part of Eastern mythology, stories for a long time. But Sterne notwithstanding, they appeared on bookshelves only in the 20th century. So except for Lawrence Sterne's Tristram Shandy, they came into being in the Western world probably in the 20th century only. Uske pehle nahi hai. The poet and artist Michael Gibbs' anthology of blank books, All or Nothing, 2005, includes extract from 23 partly or totally blank publications. Although the lengthy introduction mentions many more besides. So there is a poet and artist, his name is Michael Gibbs. He has created an anthology of blank books. Wow. And it talks about 23 books which are partly or totally blank. Although the introduction mentions many more. All the excerpts are identically void of text. So whatever the excerpts are from whichever book, they're all void of text. Kuch hai hi nahi usme. Save for the title, publication date and the author's name tucked away discreetly at the foot of each verso. तो उन्होंने जो है हर पेज के एंड में उन्होंने ये बस सिर्फ राइटर का नाम, पब्लिकेशन डेट और किताब का नाम लिख दिया है. बाय द वे बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग वर्ड है वर्सो. लैटिन फ्रेज है रेक्टो एंड वर्सो. रेक्टो मतलब होता है राइट और वर्सो मतलब होता है लेफ्ट. Okay, so recto verso is right to left. Okay, so verso is left. Most are avant-garde artistic or poetic experiments, often tinged with mystical or philosophical influences. Avant-garde, again one word that I have missed in the article. Avant-garde means experimental or very unusual. जिसे हम कहते हैं maverick, एकदम सबसे हट करके, very unusual, right? So that's avant-garde. So these are experiments, very unusual, off-beaten, right? And they're often colored with mystical and philosophical influences. So they're talking about a lot of magic, mystery and philosophy in these blank pages. A dearth of quality submissions prompted the almost entirely empty issue of the Little Review, published in September 1916. So because there weren't enough quality submissions, so they just printed an empty review, an empty issue of the Little Review, with titles such as The Wit and Wisdom of Spyro T. Agnew, or more recently The Wit and Wisdom of Nigel Farage, 2014. Political parody segues into the novelty empty book category. So you had very interesting books on politics also. So Spyro T. Agnew, Nigel Farage एक ब्रिटिश लेबर लीडर है. तो ये पॉलिटिकल पैरोडी जो है दैट हैज ऑल्सो कम इनटू दिस एम्प्टी बुक कैटेगरी. ओके, exemplified by the best selling Everything Men Know About Women. 1988 में किताब ही इशू हो गई, पब्लिश हुई, Everything Men Know About Women. There was just nothing, just blank pages. So political comedy or political comments or real life comments all have been put into this. There are inevitably omissions such as the cultish blank poetry review entitled Nudism that featured in the opening scene of Jean Cocteau's film Orphée 1950. तो ऐसा भी हुआ है. In No Medium 2013, a study of blank, silent and erased works. तो No Medium एक ऐसी बुक है, एक ऐसी स्टडी है जिसमें सारे ब्लैंक वर्सेस हैं, साइलेंट वर्सेस हैं या इरेज्ड वर्सेस हैं. The poet and critic Craig Dworkin reports that a real life version of this film prop was created by a couple of enterprising designers. तो उन्होंने ऐसी बुक बनाई है. Can be used as a notebook or not. Announce the website where it was sold. So they have a blank book, completely blank, which you could use as a notebook also. Very interesting article today, huh? Keeping track of this phenomena in contemporary fiction is well nigh impossible. So you can't really keep a track of it. So I shall just mention the 4 blank pages in Alasdair Gray's 1982, Janine 1984, during which the narrator is asleep, and the 40 blank or virtually blank pages corresponding to the protagonist's mysterious disappearance in Evan Dara's The Easy Chain, 2008. So there are some very interesting books जहाँ पे 4 पेज 40 पेज गायब हैं, खाली हैं, because the character is missing. The oldest entry in Gibbs' anthology is the Russian futurist Vasily Nadov's Poem of the End. तो 1913 की पहली बुक है जिसको मेंशन किया है गिब्स की एंथोलॉजी में, which is often presented as a prefiguration of Kazimir Malevich's painting White on White. तो वो जो है उसके ऊपर ही इसने ये Malevich ने पेंटिंग बनाई White on White. A blank white square on a blank white square. How funny is that? How do you make a blank white square on a blank white square? Though Nadov envisioned his poem as a materialization of nothingness, whereas Malevich interpreted the blankness of his artwork as an evocation of infinity. So Nadov कहता है कि कुछ है नहीं, but Malevich कहता है सब कुछ infinite है. So how do I put things together? In fact, the blank page and blank canvas constantly oscillate between these two polar opposites. तो जो blank page और blank canvas है, यानी जो blank books की हम बात कर रहे हैं, वो move करते रहते हैं लोगों की public opinion में कि भाई या तो वो materialization of, या तो वो nothingness को दिखाते हैं, nihilism को represent करते हैं, या तो infinity को represent करते हैं. Which one? It keeps moving from one to the other. Very interesting concept. Because of course you don't really hear of blank books. A book that is blank, a book that has no page is not really a book, or is it? So that was very interesting. That's why I thought we must read about this. Blank books are something that is now a reality. You can check up some famous blank books. यहाँ पे लिखी हुई हैं और इस article को पढ़ोगे तो और भी मिल जाएंगी. कभी try करना. All right, what is the purpose of the passage? To deny the existence of quality writers, to introduce the idea of blank books, to castigate writers with no imagination, or to applaud those who have written books with blank pages. What is it that we are doing? Good morning, you guys. Archit, good morning. Aman, good morning. Shubham, good morning. Yogesh, Sudha, Preeti, Amrita, Sneha, Dheeraj, Neeraj, Siddharth, Anveshita, Aditya. I know Aditya, मेरे को भी मन कर रहा है ऐसी बुक लिखे. What women think men know. And then have a book of absolutely blank pages. Morning, Swashi. Wouldn't it be interesting, girls, if we wrote a book about what women think men know and then have it all full of blank pages? I know that's very chauvinistic, my voice, but kya karu? Limited by my gender. Here we are. Let's take a look. Purpose of the passage: to deny the existence of quality writers. Writers की बात ही नहीं करी है. To introduce the idea of blank books, हाँ हो सकता है. To castigate writers with no imagination, but the writer doesn't castigate anyone. So castigation होता ही नहीं है. To applaud those who have written books with blank pages, but does he say they've done a great job? He doesn't applaud them, he just mentions them. The entire pages is about blank books, and therefore the entire article is about blank books, and therefore B, of course, is a good choice. Hi AK, डेंजरस खिलाड़ी भी हो तुम. उफ उफ. सबने लाइक कर दिया है ना सेशन को? प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू हैव लाइक द सेशन. धीरज, बुक दिखनी तो चाहिए ना. पब्लिश कर दोगे उससे फायदा नहीं जब तक तुमने उसको दिखाया नहीं है. So Swaishi, then that is the so my book is correct, right? What women think men know, and then have only blank pages in that. Like करो भाई सब लोग. All right, what is suggested in the passage? So 20th century gave us blank books in print. Yes, this is already mentioned in the passage. So cannot be my inference. Many blank books are available now. It was mentioned in the passage. Cannot be my inference. Political parody has shifted into blank books is also mentioned in the passage. So cannot be my answer. Remember, anything that's mentioned cannot be our answer. So blank books are part fiction, part reality. Right? So this is the one that is not really mentioned. The writer does say that it is in Eastern philosophy, Eastern school, we kept hearing about blank books. The Western world has only seen blank books in the 1900s, in the 19th century or 20th century, whatever that was. So correct answer, blank books are part fiction, part reality. That means जो concept है वो काफी हद तक fictional है, कुछ portion में अब reality हो गया है. So A is the correct answer. I think a lot of you, some of you have got A as your answer. Not bad, you guys. Good job. Alright, which of the following can be the tone of the author from this line? In fact, the blank page and blank canvas constantly oscillate between these two polar opposites. Is it laudatory? Is it ironic? Is it disparaging? Is it factual? I know, Avidash, that is what the book will be. Don't you worry. Coming out very soon. वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर्स. यस गाइस, द करेक्ट आंसर कैन नॉट बी लॉडेटरी, क्योंकि प्रेज किसको कर रहा है, आयरनी भी नहीं है, डिस्पैरेज भी नहीं कर रहा है. करेक्ट आंसर फैक्चुअल. इट सेज वेरी क्लियरली इट कॉन्स्टेंटली ऑसिलेट्स बिटवीन दीज टू पोलर ऑपोजिट्स. तो ये ऑपोजिट्स के बीच में ऑसिलेट करता है, यानी कभी ये हो जाता है कभी वो हो जाता है. दैट्स व्हाई करेक्ट आंसर फैक्चुअल. क्वाइट ऑल राइट, कुछ लोगों ने सही बोला है. यस, योगेश, आमन, शिवानी, सुधा, हिमाद्री, धीरज. यस धीरज, वाई मे बी डेफिनेटली. अमित, अर्चित, अन्वेषिता, दीपाली. यस यस, वेरी गुड यू गाइस. पल्लवी, very good. All right. In Stern's vivid imagination, the blank page was a place to let fantasy run riot while undermining the author's own authority and highlighting fiction's what lack of necessity. Is it troubling? Is it rhetorical? Is it urgent? Is it imminent? कौन सा lack of necessity की बात की है? All right, correct. So correct answer here will be which lack of necessity, something that is not good. So troubling lack of necessity, not rhetorical, because rhetorical doesn't have any sense. Urgent lack of, but the lack is not urgent, remember that. Imminent is something that is upcoming, but we are talking of current lack, something that is existing right now. So imminent, not really. Correct answer, troubling lack of necessity, guys. And that's the correct answer. All right guys, let's get your scores in quickly. फटाफट देखते हैं क्या scores आए हैं किसके किसके, जल्दी से बता दो. By the way, कल I could not take the GK session. I had to go somewhere and I forgot to cancel it. So इसके लिए मेरी तरफ से बहुत सारी माफियाँ. एकदम दिमाग से ही उतर गया था कि सेशन है. आज होगा हमारा वोकैबुलरी का सेशन, सो प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू डू कम इन ऑन टाइम. 12 बजे ही होगा. आज हमारा ओपन हाउस भी है. ओपन हाउस का टाइम मैंने 10:30 कर दिया है, क्योंकि 10 o'clock बहुत कम लोग आते हैं, तो मैंने 10:30 कर दिया. आई थिंक दैट विल बी अ बेटर टाइम. एंड ओपन हाउस का टॉपिक आज है महासेट. तो महाराष्ट्र सीईटी के बारे में हम लोग बात करेंगे आज ओपन हाउस में. बाय द वे गाइस, बिगिनर्स बैच खत्म होने के बाद हमने इंटरमीडिएट वीआरसी स्टार्ट कर दिया है. इंटरमीडिएट वीआरसी हैपेंस एट 8 PM फ्रॉम 8 to 9 मंडे टू सैटरडे. इस हफ्ते 8 to 9 है, अगले हफ्ते से 8:30 हो जाएगा. सो प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू आर कमिंग इन ऑन टाइम. ओके, 5 PM ग्रामर चल रहा है, अभी 3-4 क्लासेस बची हुई हैं इंक्लूडिंग टुडे. डू मेक श्योर यू आर कमिंग इन एंड डू मेक श्योर यू आर टेकिंग एडवांटेज ऑफ ऑल दीज लवली ग्रामर क्लासेस, जो पूरा ग्रामर का कॉन्सेप्ट ही मैं पढ़ा दे रही हूँ साथ साथ. ओके, आज शायद हम करने वाले हैं मॉडिफायर्स, और फिर कल मॉडिफायर्स की एक्सरसाइज एंड सो ऑन सब्सिक्वेंटली करते रहेंगे. गाइज डू रिमेंबर टू हिट लाइक, शेयर, सब्सक्राइब एंड द बेल आइकन. ये सब भी कर लेना, लाइक कर लेना, बेल आइकन प्रेस कर लेना, सब्सक्राइब कर लेना. अभी कैट लाइव यूज जरूर करना, ताकि अनअकैडमी पे आप अपना सब्सक्रिप्शन ले सको. स्कोर्स देख लेते हैं. हिमाद्री 4, सचिन 4, अविनाश 3, धीरज 4, हर्ष 4, गौरव 3, योगेश 4, अर्चित 4, शुभम 3, अमन दीप 4, अमित 2, पल्लवी 4, शिवानी 2, शुभम 3, प्रीति 3. ऑलराइट गाइस, बस आज के लिए इतना ही. रिमेंबर टू हिट लाइक, शेयर, सब्सक्राइब एंड द बेल आइकन. और हाँ भाई, प्लीज 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 अभी कैट लाइव यूज जरूर करना सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए. इफ योर फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली आर सब्सक्राइबिंग, प्लीज आस्क देम टू यूज अभी कैट लाइव टू एंड गेट अ 10% ऑफ. ठीक है, याद रहे कोड सिर्फ एक ही है, अभी कैट लाइव, अभी कैट जिंदा है, बस यही। थैंक यू सो मच, हैव अ नाइस डे, आई विल सी यू एट नून एवरीबॉडी।